Thanks for coming.
No problem.
You're welcome. This is the Durabit of the all-new Chevy Silverado.
Looks real sturdy.
That is huge.
It has available LED cargo area lighting.
Lights up the entire bed.
It even offers a built-in 120-volt outlet.
Wow.
Plug that in for me.
Oh, holy smokes.
And the all-new Silverado has more trim levels than any other pickup.
Very cool.
There's something for all of us.
Absolutely.
It's time to upgrade.
Wow, it's so great you can order Papa Murphy's online.
Yeah, we walked in and walked right out with our pizza in record time.
You really can get anything online these days.
Totally.
I like your mask.
You know, that mustache surprisingly looks really good on you.
Thanks. I've been growing it for years.
Now get 25% off when you order at papamurphys.com using code 25OFF. Papa Murphy's. We make it, you bake it.
At UC Davis Health, we know there's a lot more to you than meets the eye. During your open enrollment, make sure you can choose a personal UC Davis Health doctor. Learn more at choosehealth.ucdavis.edu.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. Let's take a look at our player highlight brought to you by Consolidated Communications. And we begin with Kevin Aliman. Potential is high. There is a ceiling here that seems almost limitless. With Kevin Aliman, injuries have slowed him this year. What do you expect from here this evening?
I think it's a really important game for Kevin Aliman here tonight. He's got to come out and show Simon Elliott and staff. This is the one guy I'm circling on the lineup for Sacramento. He's got to come out and have a good performance if he wants to get some first team minutes in the coming weeks. And depth's going to be needed for Sacramento here coming up.
And coming off a red card suspension after an incident against Fresno, did not play in the game against T2 on Saturday, but Dekel Kanan, the Israeli native and of course longtime veteran and professional through and through, on and off the field. Be interesting to see what number 21 could do today.
Yeah, Dekel's going to be one of those, you know, rock solid anchors in the defense here tonight. I think he should have some fresh legs as well, considering he missed that, got sent off. So going to be interesting to see what he can bring to the table as well tonight.
Let's take a look at our starting 11 brought to you by Jiffy Lube Multi-Care and 2 Academy players, and Hayden Sargis and Mario Panagos in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see those guys, and it's a big opportunity for them to come out and, you know, play in front of the Papa Murphy's Park here and come out and show well.
And let's take a look for Club America U20s and a couple of first-team players, at least first-team contracted. There's 5 of them in the lineup, including Arturo Sanchez, Israel Garcia, and Paulo Rios. Really a trio formed in that middle that could be dangerous for Sacramento. They played against Reno recently. This is a club that does have some pretty top talent here. We're going to see it on display in Sacramento tonight.
Yeah, I mean, top talent for sure. Very technical style players that you got to deal with and to move the ball really quickly and are very sharp and crisp. So these are guys and players that you got to get their heads down quickly. You can't give them time to get their head up and pick passes out. If you do that, they're going to skin you alive.
And taking a look at our players as they get ready here for a big match. It's Sacramento and their Old Glory red. And of course, it's going to be in the blue, will be Club America U20s. And let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match, Kevin, while we got a moment.
So keys to the match here tonight, you got a friendly against a Mexican side that's going to come out with some energy. I think the first and foremost thing, it's not a league game, but you got to come out with the right attitude, come out and try to get better. You know, once the whistle is blown after the 90th minute, make sure you put in a good shift, and work hard. Second's going to be energy coming out here. You don't want to be, lethargic, lackadaisical, and think that this is a friendly, so you don't need to try that hard. You don't want to get into bad habits. So come out here with the right energy, and then finally focus. Keep your mentality sharp. And these are games that sometimes can really catapult teams into another level of form. And also, on the flip side, if you're not performing well, and you're taking, the easy road and creating bad habits, and all of a sudden the next few weeks are so difficult to get out of that slump. So you got to come out here and you got to do the fundamentals, stick with those, do those well, and hopefully come out of the game with a good workout and hopefully be in a better position this coming weekend.
Samantha Martinez is our referee tonight. She is joined by Andrew Hanks, Conrado Garcia, and Jaime Padilla. So Sacramento getting ready for, this is really a first friendly we've seen at Papa Murphy's Park this year. We had some issues with a previous Mexican club that got sold, couldn't come. They had to scramble a little bit. Club America U20s was available, and so here we are able to make this match happen. Should be fun. You talked a lot about getting opportunity for guys and show what they can do for Simon Elliott. It's one thing in training, Kevin. What's the difference here when you get in match play?
Well, it's match play. You're coming out here, you got the shirt on, you got the whole formality of everything. But it's a good chance, kind of a bit of a shock the system sort of a mentality here tonight, where you're not playing against a familiar foe, whether it's a USL team or a friendly, an inter-squad friendly. This is a completely different sort of team coming in here that really Sac doesn't know too much about. So it's going to be a shock to the system, and it's going to be good for Sacramento to try to come out here and figure out how to beat these guys and how to play against them, which always creates, good opportunities moving forward when you are in tough situations in a league game. You kind of revert back to these games and think, we did against that U20 team, Club America. We can come out here and do it tonight, whenever it is. So it's a good opportunity for Sacramento to really test themselves.
Well, it's a beautiful night. It was 92 degrees earlier today. We are just hovering around the 89-degree mark. Weather not going to be a factor, of course, but a beautiful summer we have had here in Sacramento, and it continues. And here we go from Papa Murphy's Park, Sacramento Republic, Club America U20s, as already Hayden Starr just getting a touch from it as he goes to Rafa Diaz, who's getting just his second start on the year. Only one appearance in the USL Championship, and the whistle blows early from Samantha Martinez as Drew Skundrich, the Stanford star, is called for the foul, taking down Israel Garcia, key midfielder for Club America's future. They like what he can bring. Going to be a different look for Sacramento. Of course, the Timbers, too, are playing quite well this season. Top 4 in the Western Conference, but in a different side here in Club America U20. Not really a lot of ability to scout here tonight, Kevin. So in terms of how you get ready for a match like this, what is key?
This is, put your team out there. If you're Simon, and, you guys got to figure it out. And this is kind of a good way to, flip the script on these players. You start to get yourself into a bit of a comfort zone with your manager, your assistants, telling you exactly what you should be doing in every situation, whether it's set pieces, whether it's going forward. But this is an opportunity for our guys, the Republic, to come out here. You got to figure it out yourself. And so it's kind of like hands off, Simon. You guys drive the ship. I'll direct as necessary, but you go figure it out, team.
Quintero, the curling ball in. Pretty decent opportunity for Club America U20s. Easily scooped up by Rafa Diaz. Rafa Diaz is that one appearance down at El Paso, allowing 3 goals. And he has not been given much time with Josh Cohen and the ability that he has shown as a top-notch goalkeeper in USL play. So Rafa Diaz, you talked about opportunities. How does he show what he can do tonight, especially with a club and featuring an academy player along that back line?
Yeah, it's a tough one for a goalkeeper, especially how well Josh Cohen's played over the last 2 years. It's almost like doesn't matter what you really do in this one game. It's not a big enough, sample size for good ball.
Partain, Barney Penagos up the right side, and Ford just missteps a little bit, and it sails out of play. But you can see the aggressive play already from Club America U20. They're not really used to that type of pressure in USL play.
Yeah, and just quickly going back to Diaz, this is a chance for him. Whenever you put that shirt on, you come out here and play, you want to have a good performance. And who knows? Maybe Josh Cohen gets hurt and he's missing a few games. And you always got to be ready to come out and play and put your best performance forward.
Quick throw for Sacramento. Skundrich looking for Iwasa. Here's Elliot Hort. Iwasa being traced, with the pressure continuing from this Club America side. Gomez on the left side, getting the nod tonight. Dumps it off. It'll be a goal kick for Club America. UC Davis Health, key sponsor for this Republic all season long. And injury report-wise, this is a club that, for Sacramento, quite healthy this time of year, which is a good sign with so many matches along the way. There's a match on Saturday down at Rio Grande Valley, and then you're hosting one of the top clubs in New Mexico. And of course, they're going to want a rematch there after Sacramento beating New Mexico United 3-0, the largest defeat to the United all season long. One of the top clubs in the Western Conference. In front of 14,000 fans, Sacramento with their best win of the year. And so they're going to come back in here and play another one at Papa Murphy's Park. That should be a fun one. Then the weekend off, at least for the broadcasters. But it's going to be a busy June with 6 matches already. And Stefano Bonomo is taken down from Jorge Gomez. And for those of you watching, maybe the question is, Kevin, why are there 3-digit numbers for this Mexican side? Is that your big question today?
It's my big question.
Big question? Well, let me have an answer for you.
Making our lives a lot more difficult, I'll tell you that much.
It's a lot more difficult to try to memorize numbers as Skundrich takes it back to Diaz. Well, it's basically an effort to avoid confusion, even though that might be confusion for us here tonight. The Football Federation of Mexico decided that all numbers across all the clubs could not be repeated in case one of these younger guys is called up. Of course, for Liga MX, you must have only 2 digits. But there you go. So for U20, U17, U15, U13, and here's Stefano Bonomo with a good crack at it. So really, that is the reason. So if there is a number 9 like Morrison Palma, there's no other number 9 in the entire Club America program. I don't know if you get to pick your 3 digits. Do you ever get to pick your numbers, Kev? Is that a big deal for you?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm picking 3 digits, I'm not going to have too much of an issue with whatever. And at that point, I'm pretty sure you're just giving your number when you show
Here's the Gomez, beautifully laid ball, sends it back, handball in the box, not called, maybe inadvertent.
That's where Gomez, that's got to be crisper. It's got to be sharper on that final pass. He had a couple guys around the 6-yard box. Elects to kind of pull it back. Maybe looking for Penagos. It's like a great ball by Kevin Olliman. A wonderful run, good first touch, gets his head up, lifts that ball up way too high. That's never gonna, probably an opportunity there. Diego Robledo.
It's a hard ball serviced in. Here's a tap, Sacramento to Trey Sorry. Scores the game's first goal in the 6th minute. A deflection up. Zabadillo could not rail it in, and so Sacramento takes the early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, looks like a lot of confusion between Club America's back 4. Zamudio struggling, not coming out with conviction. Ray Sari, right place, right time. Simple tap in, back in the net. Good start for Sacramento. It's gonna look right now. Decent ball in by Kevin Olliman, whipped in, a little outswinger. Deflection, good effort by Kamawasa, and nobody is tracking Ray Sari. Looks like Quintero just leaves him, and Ray Sari's just standing on the doorstep. It's a simple little finish.
Yeah, Zamudio was right there, but you know what? Sacramento able to take advantage, and the progress from this Republic side continuing as they had a little bit of setback, dropped 2 in a row, lost to Reno, lost to Fresno, did not score in those 2 matches, gave up 3 goals. Much better performance against Portland, better chances, better opportunities on both sides. And here already, Kevin, that's a great start, 15 minutes in, for a club that has not had a lot of goals in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, and even just looking at that tackle there from Mario Penagos. Love seeing the academy player get stuck in. No bashfulness there, Rob.
Well, Mario has been playing with the first team, or at least training with them, I should say, all season long, and so he's gotten a lot of time playing with these guys. It probably helps with some of the rhythm here.
For sure, and the familiarity with the players that you establish over training, countless times. But it's sometimes in these situations when you get an academy player, you can kind of come out here and be a bit shell-shocked, starstruck, if you will, and not necessarily play your game, be a bit timid, like you see right here in the first 10 minutes or so. Penagos getting stuck in. Love seeing that.
Penagos just 17 years of age, out of Elk Grove. Been in the academy since 2015, really since the first day, and he has been on the target of many as he is one of the top prospects in Sacramento, and was even on the U.S. national team, the U-17 squad. So a player that not only that the Sacramento side has kept an eye on, but nationally as well, Kevin. It's a good sign to see a lot of these guys, especially locally, getting some looks national. And a foul against Ray Sari is Samantha Martinez blowing the whistle. And then we'll have a further discussion with Ray. Ray getting the game's first goal in the 6th minute. Tinajero into the middle of the field. Sargis looking for Bonomo. Skondrich volleys it down. Tries to play it forward. Look at the pace from Arturo Sanchez.
It's a great job by Declan Kane right there, just off the ball, kind of shielding Sanchez, blocking his run a little bit. The little things, you know, the veteran move by Declan Kane right there, helping his team out. Throw for Sacramento. Stefano Bonomo turning the corner, looking for a teammate. Has Penagos and just sailed it behind him. Good idea from Bonomo. Yeah, good work there on that right side.
Vargas. Should be Garcia. Back to the middle. Looking for Rios. Rios will switch the field. Robledo may have gotten away with a handball in the box early in the game. This ensuing corner, however, led to the game's first goal by Ray Sari. Sacramento went to that 3-4-3 in the win against Portland to start the game. Tonight we're seeing back to that 4-2-3-1, which you've seen a lot of. What did you take away from the formation change from Simon Elliott against Timbers 2?
Yeah, we talked about a lot. I mean, it was, first half looked wonderful, looked very dangerous, dynamic going forward, a lot of bodies in the box, created a lot of good opportunities, gotten behind Portland quite a bit. It looks like Portland went in the locker room, the chalkboard, and figured out what they needed to do to kind of prevent that attack from going forward, and then eventually switched to 4-4-2 again.
So, talked to Hayden Partain before the match here. It was not on the 18 here tonight, or the 20 plus, whatever we've got in the lineup. But he said that, you know, they made an adjustment. He said they hadn't trained it enough. So when they started making adjustments, they weren't quite ready to make those same adjustments because they hadn't trained with it enough. He said hopefully they can implement that more because he felt that everyone was involved on the attack a little bit more, and it was a much more aggressive style of play. So he said once they figure it out, hopefully they can go to it when needed. Yeah,
and honestly, my gripe at least, or my concern over the last, couple months, maybe in a couple of years, Rob, it's so predictable going forward, and there's not enough runners in the box. It's not a foul. But what this created, the 3-5-2, and when you're playing the 3-5-2 and you're doing it well, you get plenty of bodies going forward. If you're not playing it well, guys tend to sit back, and all of a sudden you got 5-6 guys on that back line. But they did a great job, the Republic did in that first half, and allowed players to get forward and get bodies in the box, and like I said, become way more dynamic, way more unpredictable, and created way more chances just by getting in behind more. So if they can figure it out and figure out maybe a couple opportunities how to tweak it a little bit when things aren't going well, I think that could lead to a pretty good final third of the season for the Republic.
Well, we talked about, even though it was just a one-goal game, the amount of opportunities Sacramento had in various parts of the field was a big game changer. Look at Declan Kane again, another good challenge, cut off this time. Moving forward is Vargas. Vargas already showing tremendous skill at his foot. but in general, here goes left. Here's Garcia. Broken up again by Declan Cannon.
So technical. These guys are wonderful with the ball at their feet.
Vargas ball went in. A good looking strike coming from Israel Garcia. And probably the best look so far tonight from a Club America U20.
Just take a look at these guys, how crisp they move the ball, how quick they move the ball. It's 1 and 2 touch. Take a look right here. It's a good ball in. 1 touch, 2 touch here, 1 touch and a strike. Great ball movement, and I mean everything they do. The passes are so crisp, and you're saving, you know, a quarter of a second here, a quarter of a second there, but those add up and create so much more space and gaps for players when you're doing that. And I think Club America just traditionally technical players, good on the ball, and smart players. I'm sure these U20 players, it's going to be more of the same.
Well, you can see the advantage of having 5 layers of academy. You know, there's a big difference in the style of play and the type of players they're looking for. And
100%. I mean, the academy's been around for like 20, 30 years down there as well. And here in the States, we're just now kind of getting started with professional. Great little touch by Ponce.
little backfield. Nagos has been a bright star already. Here's Cameron Iwasa waiting for some help. Finds Bonomo! And it's goal number 2 for Sacramento. An assist from Iwasa, finding a streaking Bonomo. And that combination has worked well in the month of June, and it continues here in July.
I tell you what, pretty good ball movement right down the spine of Club America. It starts with a good clearance and a wonderful touch by Mario Panagos, and great combination. Here's a look right here. Good ball in from Ray Sari. Great little touch right there. Continues his run, and then Bonomo out to Kamawasa, and Bonomo's making that run to the back post. Just getting on his bike, and it's a simple tap in. But great play by Sacramento. Great link-up play and great ball movement, creating that second goal. Not going to find too many easier goals than that. What a wonderful weighted ball by Kamawasa too, finding Bonomo right down the spine. It's pretty special stuff right there, Rob.
Observations first 15 minutes. Sacramento has taken advantage of their opportunities here. As
great, man. I completely agree.
Have not owned possession, but when they've had, they've broke and they've been the
got
right
chances.
Spot.
Exactly.
Yep. Makes it fun too to start off in a match like this. So what you'll likely see here tonight is quite a few substitutions. There will be no limit. So you're gonna have to at least bear with us when we get 4, 6, 5, 7 changes at whatever it may be at once. We'll try to get you those numbers as soon as possible. But with that, you're going to see a lot of different academy players getting some time who have not had some quality time here at Papa Murphy's Park. But already, Kevin, to me, while you see Sari and Bonomo at the goal, Mario Panagos has been the star in this match already for Sacramento.
He looked really good. Connecting well with everybody, finding himself in some good seams, some good pockets.
Scouting report on him is that he's good to the ball and he's a smart player. And probably thinks about a play or movement 2 or 3 steps ahead. And those are the type of players that end up going pretty far in this game. So Bonomo with 2 goals in USL play. And then he had a goal in the USL match against Fresno. And so 4 goals total here in the 2019 campaign. Going to turn the corner here, partially deflected and out of play. It'll be a Smile Generation corner kick for Club America. Las Aguilas, as they are known as the Eagles, fell to Reno 3-2. And they were up 2-1 at the break, but conceded goals in 68th and 69th minutes, and have fallen 3-2 earlier this week. Ball sent in, pretty good chance here for Club America, partially defended by Bonomo. Deflected away. Iwasa to the middle of the pitch for Skundridge. Panagos. Hero to throw. Bonomo riding the back just a little bit of Ramon Juarez. Actually, now it's Jorge Gomez. Was on the other side. Tell you what, Kevin, these three numbers are quite difficult to decipher who is who. We'll figure it out. First 15 minutes of the match in Republic, able to score their 2 goals, 6 with. Then it was Ray Sari on a corner kick, and then Stefano Bonomo from Awasa 3 minutes ago.
Number 352.
So for Sacramento, what do they get from playing a club like this? Sari over the top to Awasa. He's onside, just outside the 18, looking for some help. Here's Penagos.
Good job by Cam Awasa. Got a bit lucky right there. Good little layoff. I think Penagos is going to want that one back. Good ball once again. Ray Sari serves it up on a platter. That first touch lets Cam down a little bit. Able to recover nicely, and Penagos just trying to find the corner inside of the foot. Can't fault him for keeping it on frame, Rob.
So for that nice combination, looking for a foul. Martinez will not give it to him. Now Bonomo looking to break through. For Sacramento, what do they get out of a match like this, Kevin?
You know, you get the opportunity for these guys to come out, you know, players that aren't necessarily getting a run. It's an opportunity for those guys. You get something out of that. You get your first team guys kind of shock the system a little bit. You come out here, you got to figure things out. You're playing against a completely different side that you don't typically see in the USL. So it's just something new, kind of, you know, refreshes your brain, your mindset a little bit.
Maybe style-wise is much different than you see as well, right?
Style-wise is much different, so it's going to be something different. You're not used to playing against that, which is always kind of an interesting sort of, you know, a thought process. You see this tackle here from Kevin Allimon just a little bit late. You know, and there's layers and layers of this as well. You get first team players that, you know, midweek, you're going to get an actual 45-minute, you know, run of a game. So you kind of like you talk about how your players are peaking through the course of the week. This is going to be something different for them. I think it's a good opportunity to come out here and, you know, test yourself and then get a break on Wednesday, or maybe come back out tomorrow and get a little bit more of a heavy workout, then taper down.
Sari puts it into the corner for Bonomo. Ford is there, short post, and is broken up out of play.
I mean, there's a myriad of benefits from these games. And not to mention, you get your academy players to come and get a taste of this. They're sitting on the bench, you know, guys. You're going through the whole, you know, process from getting to the game early, getting in the locker room, seeing what the older vet pros guys are doing to prep for a game. What are they studying, you know, set pieces? What are they doing? Are they, you know, kind of with their headphones on, zoning out? It's an opportunity for those guys to take a look at that. Good ball.
Allimon with a chance for Sacramento. Crashing hard was Cam Iwasa, and may have given Skundrich a chance as well, but very good service in coming from Kevin Allimon.
A good effort right there. So yeah, I think the academy side of it too, it's a huge bonus. You know, think of a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid getting an opportunity to come out here and get a taste for this. It's wonderful.
For you, when was your first big match in front of a big crowd? Was it Notre Dame?
Yeah, in college, is, you know, 18, 19 years old.
Little butterflies and nervousness? Or?
Absolutely, you just don't know. It's just something so foreign and different that the sooner that you can get exposed to this stuff, the better as a player in your development, in my opinion.
Well, America giving chase. Rafa Diaz needing to make a decision. But Arturo Sanchez, who's also on a first-team contract for Club America, applying the pressure. Malma goes down, whistle coming in. Ray Sari with the late challenge. And already we're going to have our first substitution.
A 20-minute run for somebody, that's interesting.
Well, they got a lot of players, Kevin. Get used to it tonight. So Santiago Nevada,
Club America substitution,
and he will replace Paulo Rios.
Number 355, Paulo Rios. He's replaced by number 352, Santiago Nevada.
So Nevada into the midfield. Rios is out. Sorry, all the way back. Final third, looking to move forward. Skundrich. Back to Deckel. Sargis finding Aliman with a quick touch. You're looking for Bonomo. Helter-skelter here, and it's interesting seeing Republic respond to something like this where you probably get wrapped up in a little bit playing out of control, trying to do too much. They've been calm already in those two key scores, able to do something nice. Penagos already looking good in this one, tried to lay it forward for Elliot Horde and had it broken up on this left side from Tina Harrell. Leto. A lot of room for Palma. Palma's going to serve it in, trying to get behind. And may have been offside. It was Tinajero. Seen now twice. I've seen Ray Sari come back for help. We've seen Cameron Watson come back to help a little bit. A lot of different guys moving forward for Club America. Meanwhile, the State Fair taking place just behind the north end bleachers where Rafa Diaz begins this match to the right side. Whistle coming in. Head coach for Sacramento, Simon Elliott, in his second year, 44-year-old former MLS standout and one of the better assist men during his days in MLS. And Guillermo Huerta, head coach of Club America U20s. Horde looking for Bonomo. Back to goal. Gomez looking to sieve the throw. Bonomo showing his skill, skating on his feet, looking to turn the corner, looking for some help. And Penagos on the back end there. Again, we've been calling his name quite a bit here tonight. Kevin, what's he doing well?
Tell you what, Bonomo does a great job right there, getting that end line, moving the ball quickly, just a hard ball across the face. Getting involved as much as he can right here. Pago, a little late delayed run.
Ball whipped in by Aliman again. And Zamuda, they would come out, and a whistle coming against Sacramento. It looks like a yellow card will be on the way for the captain, Declan Kanan.
Look at this, Kanan coming back.
Don't really know what that was, but easy enough. Sargis looking to track. Horde giving it through was Israel Garcia. Sacramento 8-7-2 in USL Championship play. We talked about it in the Timbers 2 match. The big issue for Republic is they've not been able to grind out a point when needed. Just 2 draws on the 2019 campaign. You add a couple more there, and they're right up in the thick of things. They're still in the top 8. Good defending there. Great turn. Sorry, got a foot on it. Skundrich awaits, trying to spring forward to Bonomo. Sargis still giving chase. There's going to be Penagos giving chase. Skundrich shielding. Turns the corner, and a foul coming as Vargas clipped from behind. Plays it wide.
Tough ball right there. Ball kind of lifts up on Penagos.
Kevin Aliman trying to await. Ball hasn't spent much time on that left side of the pitch, so Gomez and Aliman a bit quiet. And now Aliman looking to break free. Into that final third, staying up on his feet, sends it up over top. Bonomo, and a beautiful save.
Wonderful ball, wonderful build-up. I mean, you've got Kevin Aliman breaking on the side. Bonomo and him are on the same page. Bonomo pulls off to the back post, and Aliman gets his head up, serves the ball on a platter. Good effort On goal from Bonomo, like to see probably bring it headed down towards the ground, cross the face of the goal.
Zamadio with a pretty big save coming from that right hand, just nearly took out that near post as well. Great buildup from Sacramento to stay with it. That's the type of plays from Kevin Aliamon that Todd Denham and company are looking for. Here's a ball curling in.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a big game for Kevin. Get his confidence back, get his fitness back.
On the break, and Ford tried to make something happen, but Club America now on the move. Shannon Gomez down to the ground. Not out of the roots quite yet for Sacramento. Quintero, well done. But Panago is able to get the better of it. Now it looks to turn upfield. Still stays in play, runs over Bonomo. And was looking for a call and won't get it, but the talent from the 17-year-old on display here this evening shows this Sacramento Republic as a young player that will be quite bright for this future of the club.
Good little run, showing his strength with the on the ball, fighting the defender off. Some creativity to try to get through. Great job.
Bonomo from Iwasa. Aliamon peeling in. Now it's Iwasa again on the run. Iwasa with a left-footed.
Can't get lackadaisical. You got to finish that, Cam. Just looked a little lazy. That's what I talked about earlier. You want to keep yourself into good habits. There's an opportunity right now. Get your head down, be a striker, be a goal scorer, and just hammer it.
That brings up a very good point. In matches like this where it doesn't really count, you're up 2 goals, it's sort of easy to start doing almost too much that can then carry over, I would assume. And on to Saturday, which you cannot have a carryover in that type of play.
No, you got to keep yourself in good habits. Do all the little things correctly.
Garcia, little step over. Goes to the outside, being tracked by Horde. Garcia to the inside. Left-footed tat to Palma. Here's it comes, a big swing and a deflection.
Good tackle from Shannon Gomez.
Vargas going for goal. Another corner kick coming for Club America. Wind blowing toward Rafa Diaz in that goal on the north side of Papa Murphy's Park here. 30 minutes gone by. Club America, look at the good opportunity. Could not convert. And so Sacramento escapes from a pretty advantageous position for the U20 side.
Good ball in the box right there. Decent effort. Arturo Sanchez obviously frustrated himself. Just trying to redirect that on target. I think it might have been some contact, just threw him off maybe from Ray Sari just enough.
And another substitution coming for Club America.
297 is coming out. 297. 284. Right here, right now.
And Jose Lopez into the match for Club America U20s.
Substitution in the 32nd minute, leaving the match. Number 297, Diego Robledo is replaced by.
And Diego Robledo is out, so Lopez into the right back position for Club America U20. Again, no limit on substitutions in a friendly like this. Iwasa looking to break free. Had Aliamon and Bonomo to his left and right. Now, just on Saturday, Sacramento able to stop a 2-game skid. And Hayden Partain with that first half strike coming from Barcelona. The cross from the left side of the field is Juan getting his first start of the year and would help lead the Republic. Hayden Partain, the second goal on the year. And Barcelona, because of his efforts, Kevin, earning USL Team of the Week honor. So not a bad way to finish the week after your first start.
Not a bad reward. Get yourself involved in that attack. Whip a couple balls in.
And challenge from Penegos. But what does this mean for Simon Elliott now? You have essentially 3 backs, and you add Elliott Horde into that mix. You've got 4 quality left and right backs that you can use pretty much at your disposal. You've got Jordan McCrary, you've got Shannon Gomez, Juan Barcelona now, and of course Elliott Horde we just mentioned.
It's a tough decision for Simon. I mean, that's exactly what I mean. It's a manager's best case scenario. You're going to have plenty of firepower in a position, and that's why they get paid the money. So either you got to make a decision, try to get the best out of all of them, keep them competitive, keep them all motivated, and it's a good problem to have. But you're right, there's some talent at his disposal.
Bonomo is taken down as Jorge Gomez cuts inside. Throw for Republic ensues here. And we've seen what Shannon Gomez can do, and Barcelona was brought in for his ability to really come up into the attack, where Shannon Gomez probably better moving back and defending. So a couple decisions there, but with Jordan McCrary and the way the back line has played, Simon Elliott feels with Juan Barcelona in there, he can take a couple more chances and try to get more goals, which has been sort of the issue for Sacramento. It's really been Cam Owasso leading the way with 9 again. Elliott Horde, back post, looking for Bonomo, and he just collided with Declan Kane on that backside, so not able to get a good, clean look on it. Flores, out right to Lopez. Palma looking to make something happen. A couple academy players up already off the bench, looking to get ready for their first action 2019. Many of these guys, hard challenge from Sari, not called. Aliman again breaking free along that left side, taken down hard, and he's holding his left leg. And for a guy who's had plenty of injuries throughout his time in Sacramento Republic uniform, that is not what you want to see, is number 10 down on the ground.
That's a pretty nasty tackle from behind.
Santiago Nevada
36 minute to
with
number
the second yellow card of the match.
America, Santiago Nevada.
Yeah, look at this. Aliman, great job right through the legs. Quintero, and just a late little tackle. Looks like that left leg. No, look at him. A good tackle from Sari, right through the legs. And the tackle here from Nevada.
His leg was like stretched out, so you hope it's.
That view looked a little bit less concerning than the side view. But a great job by Kevin Aliman right there, separating, creating some separation. Jesus Quintero trying to close his legs when he's faced up against the likes of Kevin Aliman.
So 22 players for Republic in uniform tonight, so 11 on the bench to do the simple math. All but Consopolos and Barcelona, they are all academy players, so we will see likely a full academy side coming into the second half of this match. Aliman is up on his feet. You hope that's just going to be a nasty bruise and nothing else, but those sometimes hurt worse and linger a little bit longer. If you're Simon Elliott, what are you doing if you're looking for Kevin Aliman? Here's a guy that you're hoping to get some solid 45 minutes, maybe more tonight.
Got to get him 90. He's played 90 in a long time. Stretch him out. Get that fitness level.
But this has got to be concerning because you don't want to have him injure something further. And he's out on the sideline, and I don't know if Kevin Aliman's going to be there for much longer. Here's Declan Kane with a chance, and Sanchez almost put in his own goal.
Wide open, 2 guys, Bonomo and Declan Kane, just both look like they misjudge it. That sails a little bit on him.
like you're going to see a substitution. I don't think Kevin Alimon's coming back in this game. Take the corner will be UC Davis' own Elliott Ford. Grew up in Fresno, ended up being a trialist with Tulsa, and then became a trialist in Sacramento. Serves this ball, back post, chance for Kanan. Sargis also giving chase. Sargis trying to keep it on this side of the field. And Sari goes in for the challenge, and that's going to be a yellow card on Ray Sari in the second for Sacramento.
25.
Yeah, I mean, Elliott Hort's one of those guys that watched the USL Championship from the stands here at Papa Murphy's Park.
A little bit late right there.
You know, remember, Elliott got his chance coming in for Emma Clementa, who got hurt, and filled in nicely at that right back position. And pretty much filled that for the rest of the year in 2017 and started 27 games and played every minute in the playoffs and kind of worked his way in. And then fortunately 18 dealt with an injury and really set him back, and has not found his way consistently back into the starting 11 ever since.
That's what happens. You start, you know, a little lingering injury leads to, you know, management going out and finding somebody else, replacement to fill the void, fill the gap. Before you know that, you're battling back up that hill, trying to get yourself in the lineup.
Send a through ball. Kanan plays it nicely. Sargis again.
Great touch by Panago.
It's going to be Panagos. Watch this Club America team. They are not afraid to stick in there and try to poke something free. Sanchez being met. Panagos is going to set it into the corner. Now we can go top over, looking for Bonomo. Samadillo able to clear it away. Kanan called for climbing over the back of Garcia. And good news is Kevin Aliman is back on the pitch and doesn't appear to have a lingering injury there that will cause him to sit out this one. Coming to the preseason, talking to the coaching staff, and they really liked what Elliott Ford was able to do. He felt like he would come back, he was fully fit. This ball served in, back post, looking for a chance for Club America. Good service in from Quintero.
Really well defended by Skundrich. That ball, the runner is peeling out to the back post. Skundrich has to track him, he's able to use his body, get his body between him and the goal. And Waters has got no chance unless he wants to go through Skundrich. Well defended.
Throw for Sacramento. Why not? Club America is going to take a shot. Remember that back line is Tinajero. Little pressure coming from Garcia in the middle. Skundrich, Dekel Kanan, Palma now. A little dicey here for Republic. Ford. Ford looking upfield, trying to get to Aliman. Maybe the wind brought it back a little bit. Here's a nice touch from Bonomo. Can Panagos get to it? Zamudio.
It's a great ball. It's like Panagos just held up his run just a little bit to kind of take his momentum out away from him. Trying to stay onside, unable to collect that ball. Great step here by Cam.
Wassa is trying to get it around, wrapping it to Bonomo. Whistle comes a bit late. It'll be a free kick for Sacramento. About 3 minutes left here in this first half of play. Sacramento with 2 goals. Chance at Cam just trying to wrap it around and ran into the likes of Jorge Gomez. Ray Sari on the corner kicks. Off the bounce of Zamudio. Couldn't ring it in, and Sari the game's first. And then in the 15th minute, great build-up play from Sacramento leading to Iwasa finding Stefano Bonomo. And that is the difference here between Sacramento and Club America U20s. This is a pretty favorable spot for Kevin Ullman. We'll take something a bit special, but here's a guy who knows how to whip it in. Very good with his left foot.
Playing on the ground at Bonomo.
And that's looking like he's got it back behind, almost a high kick to the face. Cameron Watson may have been offside as well, was not called, but
it's a scary one for Cam. You go down to ground.
Got a boot coming your
way.
way.
Big old swing coming right at your face. Got a really good opportunity if he could get his head on that, just to knot it right across the face to Bonomo.
Good touch from Cam here, trying to break free.
Nago, well done.
Nago's keeping the possession alive for Sacramento. And Penagos is pushed down from the back, but I'll tell you what, Martinez not ready to blow that whistle quite yet. About a minute or so left here in this first half. Full halftime coming up for you. Club America in town for another friendly as they continue on with their preseason. Palma just looking for some space, even a teammate. Nevada. Hero off the face of Scundridge, out of play a throw for the visiting side. Hero looking to turn the corner against Ford. Ford able to recover, still in play, and that whistle may be coming any moment here. Might be the final throw for Club America U20. Palma battling with Cameron Owasa. Cameron Owasa, maybe his size and strength just a little too much for the youngster. And there is the whistle. So 45 minutes in the book for this international friendly between Club America U20s, Sacramento Republic FC. And a goal by that man, Ray Sari, and another by Stefano Bonomo. And that is the difference here from Papa Murphy's Park. And let's take a look, learn a little bit more about one of our favorite strikers on the Sacramento Republic, Tyler Blackwood.
When I was in Sacramento the last time in 2017, I published one of my own children's books. The title of the book is Clive the Croc Who Lost His Chomp, and it's about a mean old crocodile who doesn't have any friends in his local lake.
I play soccer here, but I also wrote a children's book, so I was wondering if you guys would let me read it for you. Can I?
It's been really cool, and I've gone to a few schools and done some readings. A bunch of schools and areas have bought copies of my book. They have them in their school libraries. The fans at Republic were so nice, and I would see people holding up my book, and that was just a crazy feeling.
It's really humbling for me, just the fact that I wrote this little story myself and I can still get a bunch of kids engaged. I've had kids writing their own stories after I've done reads at the school and stuff, and so it's really humbling to just realise even after 2 years I can have that effect with this little book, so it's always fun.
When you have a young kid who is already a Republic fan and looks up to you, and then they get told that I made that, and they read it and they enjoy it, like, it's a very rewarding feeling as well.
At UC Davis Health, we know there's a lot more to you than meets the eye. During your open enrollment, make sure you can choose a personal UC Davis Health doctor. Learn more at choosehealth.ucdavis.edu.
Thanks for coming.
No problem.
You're welcome.
This is the Durabit of the all-new Chevy Silverado.
Looks real sturdy.
That is huge.
It has available LED cargo area lighting.
Lights up the entire bed.
It even offers a built-in 120-volt outlet.
Wow.
Plug that in for me.
Oh, holy smokes.
And the all-new Silverado has more trim levels than any other pickup.
Very cool.
There's something for all of us.
Absolutely.
It's time to upgrade.
Wow, it's so great you can order Papa Murphy's online.
Yeah, we walked in and walked right out with our pizza in record time.
You really can get anything online these days.
Totally.
I like your mask.
You know, that mustache surprisingly looks really good on you.
Thanks. I've been growing it for years.
Now get 25% off when you order at papamurphys.com using code 25OFF. Papa Murphy's. We make it, you bake it.
At UC Davis Health, we know there's a lot more to you than meets the eye. During your open enrollment, make sure you can choose a personal UC Davis Health doctor. Learn more at choosehealth.ucdavis.edu.
And as some as you may know, Sacramento Republic holds a monthly outreach match with the inmates at Folsom Prison, and their shared connection to the beautiful game reaches far beyond the prison walls. A beautiful story here.
And now the starting lineup for your Sacramento Republic FC.
Sac Republic came to play with us, the prison ceased to exist. We never thought that, that Sacramento Republic or anybody would come in and share a love for soccer. And that love for soccer, blossomed, and it blossomed a friendship. Basically showed us about, what humanity is and compassion is. And they're changing lives when they came in, they changed my life. On Wednesday, I was in Folsom State Prison soccer field, playing with Todd, and Sam and Bonobo. Now Friday comes, my first day out. I had to make a beeline. I had to get down to the Sacramento head offices in downtown Sacramento. Everybody came out to greet me, and that was the amazing thing is that I hadn't been forgotten, and that they remembered me. Just the sunset right now is it's emotional. I didn't know if I was gonna make it out here without just bawling my eyes out because it was so amazing.
What do you think so far? It's fun, huh?
They need you to suit up out there right now. Especially for us when we were in prison, it hardens your heart. But when you have situations like that, it softens you and it makes you believe that humanity is generally good and that life is a beautiful thing and soccer is similar to life. You don't share it with everybody.
There's the Republic in Phoenix fighting to break through on this one. Each side that will go home with a point.
Yo, I love your jersey, man.
Thank you, man.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Come into the locker room after and say hi. You want to talk to the boys?
No one listens to me. Go.
We'd love to have you. You up for it? This is a friend of ours. It's Edwin McMillan. Some of you know him. Spent 21 years up at Folsom. One of the first things he did when he got out was come see the Sac Republic. This would be one of the first things you would do after getting out. It's incredibly powerful. And we're delighted that you're here. So thank you for coming.
When you come into Folsom State Prison with us and you play with us and you share that passion for the game, you share that passion for life, you shared your energy and your humanity, me personally, you gave me hope. You gave me hope. And now to say that you're honored to be in my presence or you're welcoming me with open arms, it's beyond words, man. It's beyond words. I just want to let you guys know that you guys are, me personally, you changed my life. And I'll always be thankful to you, man, for the rest of my life. And you guys, like I said, I'm a Sacramento fan from here on out.
more thing really quick. We got all the guys to sign the game.
Oh, man. He just did that because I got his jersey on.
Yeah, I think the players, you know, they just played a really hard 90 minutes tonight. They wanted to win. They got a draw. But at the end of the day, I think for a lot of them, you know, they'll look back and they're not going to remember every single game, but they'll remember tonight because of what Edwin said and what he did, and kind of acknowledging, hey, your presence, the player's presence at the prison matters.
For me, tonight meant anything is possible. It means renewal. It means love. It's just amazing. It's hard to put into words when, you know, your life, you know, takes a turn for the better, and that's what the team shared with me tonight. And inviting me in and speaking to me and hearing my story and hearing my truth, and they were accepting, you know, and that was a very powerful moment, and this tonight will stay with me for the rest of my life.
And as you read there, Sacramento Republic staff continue to hold matches with the prison there. Just a really great program that you see even Todd Donovan, a former MLS player, taking part of to continue to have the notion that everyone here in Sacramento is a part of the Republic community. Republic here in the international friendly with Club America U20s. They have a 2-goal lead. But let's take a look. USL Championship here now, Kevin, and Sacramento moving up. What's interesting to see is New Mexico United just a couple of weeks ago at the top of the standings. They faltered a little bit, and if you continue to look at the games played, Sacramento still about 2 less than many of the teams other than the Phoenix Rising. It seems pretty wide open at this point.
Yeah, pretty wide open, and goes to show you, I think, with New Mexico, how quickly things can change. And same thing with Phoenix on the other side of that coin is it's how well they played of late and about pulling away.
Does that surprise you, Fresno?
Fresno absolutely surprises me. So we'll see how long they can, you know, continue that run of form. These are the, you know, the summer months right now, coming to the end of summer. Super, super important months.
So for Sacramento, we got this upcoming schedule, and you got to take a look. Brought to you by Western Health Advantage, and Rio Grande Valley will have that on My 58. Goldie and I for that one in Texas. And then right back home, probably the biggest game in the next couple of weeks, New Mexico United. We will not be broadcasting the game in Orange County, but Orange County, San Antonio, Las Vegas, those are all winnable games. And so Republic with some key chances here to move up the standings. I could think essentially you head into early August, you could find yourself in the top 4 if they get a couple wins here.
You know, I really think that Simon's got to be preaching to these guys. You can't drop points. Can't drop points anymore. If you're gonna make a run into the playoffs, I think it's gonna be super important for them to limit and mitigate as many 0-point games as possible.
And now that we have a few moments here, it's one thing that Republic have become quite proud of, and it's the Watch Me platform to elevate and motivate women and girls in our community to train, compete, and sustain a love for sports that lasts a lifetime.
I am a girl, an athlete, a teammate, a coach. And if you say I can't compete, I say, watch me. If you think I can't keep up, I can't coach, I can't inspire the next generation, watch me. Watch what happens when we step up, suit up, and change the game up. Because I can play, I can score, I can win, and I can make the future better for girls like me and you. And if you think I can't, watch me.
Welcome Welcome back. We continue on with the halftime and take a look at our halftime stats in Sacramento. A couple of good combination plays early, Kevin, and especially this one. May have been a handball in the box. They'd earn a corner kick and set up this beauty for Ray Sari.
Great little ball in from Kelvin Aliman right there. And then obviously this leads to the corner kick deflected off Mario Panago's shot. And then right place, right time, Ray Sari, no one's following him. Sure, I'll put it in the back of the net. Great little finish, good spot, good ball in the box. And a wonderful little finish from our man, central holding midfielder, Ray Sari. You know, look, an even better plays just throughout here. This is just such a good little build-up play. Mario Panago's great little flick, and then a wonderful little 1-2 combination play. Finishing up with Bonomo there with a great goal. Easy little sitter for him, but a great combination play. Great little pass from Kamawasa on that, by the way. Just perfect weight.
And so Sacramento with that 2-goal advantage, we had to cut out as we go to live action here. And so a little quicker of a halftime show. So we'll get to live action. Couple of substitutions for both sides, and I'm trying to figure it out here. And so Danny Quintano is into the match. Oscar Cardenas. We have a 58, but I don't even know who the 58 is on the roster. Maybe we can ask Todd Donovan, who is about to join us here.
Either way, good little run from the guys, you know, coming out. Kamawasa's out, Bonomo's out, Ray Sari's out. Good 45-minute little shift for them, middle of the week. And we talked about it. Here's an opportunity for some of the younger academy players to come out here, get a run with the first team guys against a quality side too. So let's see how Sacramento can kind of adjust with these new guys coming in here.
So Oscar Cardenas into the midfield. He'll play along with Drew Skundrich. Kevin Aliman still in. Ray Sari is out after that goal in the 6th minute. And Deckel Kanan still getting some time in. Deckel, of course, with that red card, did not play last Saturday, so they're trying to get him some minutes and get going. We're going to talk to Todd Donovan in just a moment here. And so we'll switch sides of the field, and with that, we welcome in the general manager, former MLS star, LA Galaxy 5-time World Cup, excuse me, MLS Cup.
Yeah, take it, Todd.
And joining Kevin Goldthwait and I is now Todd Donovan. And
Rob's
Todd,
handing out
in.
trophies today, by the way.
Left and right, handing out trophies.
Thank you.
Very confusing. How are you?
Doing great. What a great night. You know, it's a great opportunity for our club on a lot of levels, and obviously now you can see the impact our youth players are having, and you know, for our fans to be able to see that is exciting. It's great for the guys, but I think exciting to showcase our academy and kind of show off who we are a little bit.
And when you play a team like Club America U20s, obviously there was some back and forth with the previous Liga MX side to try to get a friendly here in the month of July and get some guys minutes, and this sort of worked out, I know, last minute for you to bring this all together. What are you hoping to accomplish for these guys here tonight? Is Palma moving forward to the attack, takes a shot at it, it'll go deep and high above Rafa Diaz. What was the overall goal here for the club?
Yeah, really the goal tonight, there's a lot of goals actually, but I think in the second half you'll see the primary goal, and that's given our young players an opportunity to showcase what they can do kind of on a big stage. You know, obviously being able to play at Papa Murphy's Park in front of our season ticket holders, our fans, that's a big deal. And we have some guys, you know, 15 years old, and you know, that's not easy to be able to make that jump, and these guys are doing it seamlessly and just getting experience. It doesn't, you know, what we told them before the game, it doesn't matter the result. It's about the experience, and it's about kind of just, you know, expressing themselves, letting them kind of show their stuff.
How do you rate that as an experience for, you know, these young guys that come out? You know, we talked about, like, Todd, when you and I were growing up, we didn't have anything like that, not even anywhere near this. Rob was asking me earlier, what was the first big game you played in, Kevin? It was not until I was 18 or 19 years old. You guys 15, 16 years old out here. You got a good opportunity here for Club America.
To the left side, to the right side now, it's Lopez, and deflected away.
But how would you rate, you know, the opportunity for these young guys to come in here? Like, how big of a developmental tool is this for you guys? Do you even view it that way, or how do you look at it?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, like you said, this is the academy system, and being in a pro club at a young age wasn't available, you know, even 5-10 years ago in most areas, and certainly not in Sacramento. So for us to be able to have these players grow up in our system, to be coached by our coaches, and to be in the environment, the best of the best, it makes a difference. And you can see the quality of players we're bringing through here in Sacramento. We have one of the best academies in the country, and it's only getting stronger as we continue to build it out.
Yeah, I see Oscar Cardenas there, that nice little dynamic move going forward, that drops his shoulder, gets pulled down. But I kind of think, Todd, I mean, in the big picture for, you know, U.S. soccer and development, and, you know, one day having a better U.S. men's national team and getting deeper in World Cups and such, I think this is kind of sneaky, like a really important piece of that puzzle, where, you know, there's a lot of layers to the academy, what it brings and what it does to these young players, but games like this, it kind of should open up, you know, some of these younger guys' eyes a little bit, because you get to that locker room, you know, just the same time as everyone else does. You go through the whole pregame sort of routine. You get to see what the first team guys do and see what it takes and see what sort of concentration and focus that these guys have. So I think it's just a wonderful opportunity for players here in the U.S. to get an opportunity to play on a big stage at a young age. I just think it's sneaky, one of these like really important puzzle pieces or steps in the ladder to create, you know, quality players for the full men's national team one day.
No question about it. I mean, these guys, just being in a pro club and brushing shoulders with our guys, a lot of these players have trained, you know, in first team training with our guys, and folks don't get to see that on a regular basis, but that's one developmental tool that we use, you know, for our elite players to be able to train with our first team guys, and then now to do it on a big stage, on a field like this against a, you know, world-class opponent in Club America. It's another great developmental opportunity, and these guys, you know, are taking full advantage.
What do you think already? Mario Panago's having a pretty good first 45. He's aggressive, did not look like an academy player whatsoever out there. What have you seen from him here in this really good first part of this action, 50 minutes in, I guess, that says, wow, this might be a player that has some serious skill moving forward, being 17 years of age?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mario is a guy that has been with our first team all season long. He's been dressed for several matches, and you can see why. I mean, he's a guy that we believe in, that we think has a very bright future, and we want him to be wearing Republic colors for a very long time, and you can see tonight why. He's a dynamic player. He just has a good feel for the game. He plays that kind of number 10 position, which is obviously a tricky one, but he's just natural at it. He gets forward well, he combines well, he defends, he does all the little things, and that's why we're so high on him.
Got a good little motor too defensively. He's willing to get stuck in, got stuck in early in this match. Was kind of happy to see that as a defender, seeing a young guy go in and not be afraid to, you know, get dirty and get in a tackle.
Yeah, and that's credit. That's credit to our academy staff and kind of the ethos that we have there. You know, it's very competitive. It's very fiery. It's representative of Sacramento, and that's, you know, you can see that in the players here tonight.
Take a look at the USL Championship season and where this team is. An unbelievable June, outscoring opponents 11 goals to 1, I believe, at the time, and just running away with it. And then a little bit of a misstep. You allow 3 goals, don't score in 2 matches. Had some opportunities in Reno and Fresno, didn't work out. But how did you think about the response against the Timbers 2 on Saturday?
Yeah, that was a big game. I mean, no question about it. We were coming off 2 losses that we felt like we left points on the table.
Here's an opportunity for Sacramento moving forward into the attack. Club America tracking from behind. Cross set in the middle. Chance on the left side for Panagos. And again, we've talked about his name over and over again. And here he is in a perfect place to likely get on the end of it. But a good run by Oscar Cardenas as well on that right side to service that ball in.
Yeah, I tell you, another just brilliant run on that right flank. Just getting out the side. Great run, great ball, good weight on that from Kevin Aliman. And you see Cardenas get his head up again. And great little pullback. Like to see Panagos probably get something a little bit more firm behind that ball, but still a good spot to be in and a good little kind of trailing run, but a wonderful run by Cardenas on that right side.
Foul's called reset. So moving forward with so many matches in July, how is Simon and yourself looking at minutes, balancing time, and working really throughout this month where you have so many matches where you typically had to pretty much separate, week by week. You had some days off, you could make moves and not really worried about injuries. Everyone's healthy, I know it's a good sign, but how are you managing minutes and who's playing and where and why?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our strengths of our team, is that we have a deep team, so we are able to sort of rotate and manage guys' minutes a little bit. But July, we're making up for some of those games that we have in hand at this time. We purposefully sort of padded the schedule in May and June with a couple buys during that Open Cup run, so that we could kind of we knew there was going to be extra matches in there, and wanted to make sure that we optimized for that. So we're looking forward to kind of making those games up and catching up to the rest of the league.
Yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit. You have these games in hand, and you're kind of looking to put in your back pocket. Yeah, we're 2 games behind. We played 2 games less. So we got some points to make up. Like, oh, by the way, you actually got to play him in a month, so you're gonna have a busy July, and hopefully figure out a way, you and Simon, to balance these guys and figure out who's getting a run and who's getting a break. Good little gap seemed to be found in there.
Republic moving to the attack in the final third here. Cross coming back. Penagos in the near goal. It's cleared away by Club America.
Good little combination play in Cardenas and Mario Penagos. Great ball. A good little step over by Cardenas to get that service in, pulling the ball back to Mario Penagos. Great, gets his head of steam going. A little step over right there. Great, gets his head up.
And we apologize, the roster number's a little bit, but it's Danny Centino. And so Centino, as we're giving the wrong guy all this credit here, Kevin, but to our, fault here. It's the first time we've seen these guys here.
Either our right flank's looking really good.
Right flank,
up and down, getting good services in the box here. We're only, 10 minutes into this second half.
So Cardenas playing well, but it's been Danny Centino, the 17-year-old, really walking on that right flank, showing some skill. And I think what we've seen now from a lot of these academy guys, no fear right now. And I think it's a really big sign to see that these guys are stepping up on a big stage and happy to play here.
Yeah, and part of that comes from experience too. These guys have, played in big matches in academy playoffs and showcases, and that's all part of the experience, and you can see it today.
And Skundrich with a good strike from deep. As you're working through here, Todd, and we're talking to Todd Donovan, who's thankfully able to join us here in an international friend. A little bit harder to do in the USL Championship season, but as you're working through this season and you look currently in 8th place, and you look at the wins, you have 8, which is right near the top amongst the league, but yet you have those 7 losses. You're not able to pick up some of those points and really grind out even a draw here and there. Has that really hurt the team here in 2019?
Yeah, a lot of wins, but a lot of losses too, more than we'd like. But I think this is, we have a group that's very together, a locker room that's very together, and I think there's a lot of confidence with the group. No question, we feel like there's a lot more in the team and a lot more that we can give. But we're using this as an opportunity to really find out who we are, and there's nothing being brushed under the rug. There's no stone being unturned right now. We're not sort of moving past any errors. We're examining everything, and that's ultimately going to make us better, because we're figuring out who we are. And even in those 2 losses, Reno and Fresno recently, we created a lot of chances. Early in the year, we weren't creating as much. Now we are, and that just continues to get better. So that's encouraging. We're going to score goals. That's been an issue all year, and the goal scoring has come, in bits and pieces, and hopefully we'll continue to improve.
Played several years in MLS, obviously some championship teams with LA Galaxy. What did you take from your playing days that you're applying as a GO?
Well, everything. I mean, being able to relate to these guys, knowing what they go through. They've got the hardest job in the world, quite honestly. To be out here, it's the best job in the world, but it's also difficult because everything you do is under a microscope, and we certainly know that. But they play the game that they love, which I always did as well, and now get to be part of it in a different way. But for me, the experience comes from being a part of teams. That's what I love. That's what I've always loved, is just being a part of a team, and now to be able to help shape that team shape this team and this club. It's an absolute honor and something I really enjoy.
Was it about finding best players, or was it about players that could fit a system or a style or even an attitude that you were here for Sacramento?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Every club is different. I think, you know, who we are and who we want to be. You can see the type of style we want to play, and it doesn't always come off. You know, you're not gonna go undefeated throughout the season. So it's about, you know, managing the ups and downs and how you can kind of you know, go through those ebbs and flows.
Club America with a good opportunity, a turn, and sails through. And Lopez on the other side as Sanchez has been a pest all evening long for Sacramento. Has not been able to get one past Diaz quite yet. Had a good look in the first 45, a header on a cross from the corner, I should say.
Just good.
Another good look here.
Good defending here. It's a good little ball in. You got Sanchez takes a touch, but closing it down really well to Sargis.
Turnover, Kevin Aliman. And Aliman goes down, and here's a guy I know you've been quite high on Kevin Aliman and feel that he's got a pretty high ceiling. And you see plays in the first half when he goes down holding his knee. You just got to feel like not again. What kind of player do you think Kevin Aliman can ultimately be if he's able to stay healthy?
Yeah, Kevin's a creative, attacking player. He's obviously left-footed, you know, and he's a guy that just is something different. He's very different than anything else we have on the team, and he's creative. He always loves to penetrate and get forward, and he's a playmaker. You know, ultimately he's a playmaker, and Kevin's a tremendous talent. Yeah, he's had some injuries and some setbacks, but you know, we've got a great medical staff, and they've continued to work with him, and we want to see him continue to grow with us because there's a lot more in Kevin as well.
Shannon Gomez, a little foot race here. Not very many players we've seen, Kevin, that could even catch up. And well done by Jesus Quintero to somehow slow down Shannon Gomez this time. Skundred. Aliman, the wind continues to howl here in this summer evening in Sacramento. Cutting it back in, beautiful move by the youngster, Danny Centeno. And Centeno still hustling into the corner, saves possession for Sacramento. Aliman. And he'll peel back and reset as Oscar Cardenas. Penagos and Centeno making their mark. Maybe showing Simon Elliott, huh, Todd, that maybe they deserve to be in the 18 a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the whole reason for today, right? Like, this is a great opportunity for these guys, and you know, they're taking advantage. You can see, like you said, that it's not just Mario. I mean, he's obviously having a great game, but all these guys are holding their own and then some, which is, you know, you never know how players are going to react, but that's the beauty of putting them in. You have to be able to take that risk, and this is a perfect game to do that.
Here's a chance. Rafa Diaz just got a mid on it with a beautiful save. It would have been a goal. A great strike from the middle of the park. And Rafa Diaz with the biggest save of the evening for Sacramento.
Yeah, keeping the clean sheet there, Rafa Diaz, world-class save. Goes down to his right, gets his left paw on it, and is able to parry it away just wide. A good little strike there from Garcia. A little curler with the left foot. Diaz, full extension, full stretch. What a wonderful save right there. Great job keeping that clean sheet alive.
Work not done quite yet. Smile Generation corner kick coming here for Club America. And a sub coming for Sacramento as well. And the latest signing for Sacramento, Juan Barrona, who had an assist in the win against the Timbers 2 on Saturday and ultimately named to the USL Championship Team of the Week. So his first start, first award coming for Barrona. Now he's into the match in the 64th minute. Ball served in, chance here. Rafa Diaz with outstretched save, and he keeps it at 2-0 Sacramento in the second half of play here. Good set there from Rafa Diaz, Kevin.
Yeah, you know, you get your opportunity as a goalkeeper a few times a game, and you got to perform. I tell you what, Rafa Diaz right there does a great job. Answers the call. Two quality saves, keeping that clean sheet.
Good through ball coming from the back. Barrona, back post, looking for an opportunity, and it was Kevin Aliman crashing. Zamudio able to pluck it out of the air. Quick touch here over the top coming from Cardenas. And maybe you can, I don't know if you're able to give us an insight, but some of the conversations maybe you've had with Rafa Diaz. I mean, it's a tough position. He's a solid goalkeeper, and he's just unfortunately been behind maybe a top 3 goalkeeper in all of USL and Josh Cohen. How have you been able to keep his spirits high?
Rafa's got a great attitude, and he works hard, and he is a very good goalkeeper. The fans don't get to see it too often. We see it every day in training, but Rafa's attitude has been second to none, and he pushes Josh, quite frankly. I mean, it's not, hey, Josh is guaranteed, and Josh knows that, but Josh has been so good. It's been, certainly hard to get Rafa on the field, but when he does, he's performed.
Look at this strike again. I'll tell you what, Israel Garcia is not shy about taking a crack at it.
Going back to Rafa Diaz, Todd, I mean, I got to think that's got to be, for you and Simon and general managers and managers everywhere, probably one of the harder positions to fill. Because you got to take the right personality to come in and know it's going to take something substantial for you to really get minutes, unless you can beat somebody out in preseason or midway through the season for whatever reason. But I just got to think, I mean, kudos to you guys for finding this guy to come in and push Josh Cohen every week and make him better. And I think it's also kudos to Rafa Diaz for coming in week out with a good attitude. And in that situation, I think it's pretty easy to have a poor attitude. But I think great job by Rafa Diaz for being able to come and answer the call whenever it's needed and push his team
Aliman
every week.
Rigi to this left side.
Wonderful
Keeps
ball.
it on the ground, and Penagos just a bit of late arriving.
Yeah, Rafa, I mean, to your point, he's got a lot of experience too. He came from the New York Red Bulls. He spent several years there and played a lot of games as well. So this isn't a keeper that has no experience. He's got a ton of experience in a very high level, and we have no doubts that if Rafa steps on the field, he's gonna represent well.
Skundrich, Barona. Early ball in, a little bit behind Skundrich. Aliman. Back to Skundrich again, over the top. And a collision. No whistle coming. Barona continuing to battle along that right side with Quintero. And how about Rafa Harigi? And take a look again as the youngster from San Juan goes right in to Zamudio.
Skundrich showing his creativity right there. Little flick over the top.
Going back to Juan Barona, you have some talented outside backs, Jordan McCrary, Elliot Horde, you've even got, of course, Gomez as well, and you decided to take a chance and bring in the El Salvadorian. He's 23 years of age. Obviously, he's got some pretty decent skill, service balls in. What was the thought process in then bringing a guy like this in here?
Yeah, we've been working on Juan, since the off season. He's a guy that we scouted. Just saw some really good things out of him. Like you said, he's 23 years old, but he's played 150, 160 professional games. He's won championships in El Salvador. I mean, you just can't find that kind of experience, and at that young age, it shows when he plays too, because he's comfortable. He's got the experience, and he's got a calmness on the ball. You can, Kevin, left back very well. He's just got a comfort, and the ball comes to him. He knows where to go. He knows where to play. He loves getting forward. He's got a great service. You saw the assist the other night. He's going to add a lot to our team.
Yeah, it is the calmness that you kind of recognize from those guys outside back. You're playing on an island. You get the ball served to you all the time, and it's zipped to you. You got to know exactly where you're going to be thinking, where that first touch is going to go, and the calmness is what really kind of leads to a next pass that's somewhere positive. And you kind of seen it from Juan so far, and really excited to see him finish the season out and hopefully, continue this streak and continue to perform well for Sacramento.
Also 20 caps for the Salvadorian national team. Those type of things make him probably a sort of hot commodity. Why did he choose Sacramento? Why did he say this was a place that he would like to come play?
He felt this was a big opportunity for his career, and like many of our guys, he's pushing to go to MLS. He would love to go to MLS with us, and we'd love to take as many players as possible. So it was a great match, and ultimately he's a guy that this isn't his first time playing against Mexico. He's played against the full Mexican national team against Chicharito as we were scouting him. So he's got loads of experience, and honestly, he's going to bring quite a bit to our back line.
I'm not sure in Republic history we've seen a club this deep, especially when many of the guys are ultimately then healthy on top of that, which is a good sign. How tough of a job is this for Simon Elliott? I mean, it's probably a good problem to have ultimately, but it can't be easy to try to keep everybody happy. 20 plus guys on the roster.
No, it's not. I mean, we're keeping 2 guys off of 2 first team signed pros off of the roster every week, and that's not including Hayden Sargis, Mario Panagos, Eddie Baruman, who are all our academy signed players as well. So it's a challenge, but like you said, it's a good problem to have. You want to have depth and you want to have options, and it makes for competitive trainings every week. Everyone's fighting for places, and the more you can do that, the more competition you have in training, the better that it's going to look on Saturday, and the better the team's going to be overall.
Who was a tougher player to go against, Simon Elliott or Kevin Goldthwait?
No question. Absolutely no question, Rob.
Todd,
you know the answer. Who's on the microphone with you, buddy?
This is a trap question. I refuse to answer.
I'll ask you this: who's the meaner player to go up against, Todd?
Depends on when you had your moments.
Yeah, that's one of my moments. But I remember when I tried training with LA by coming out of college, and Simon was there. He was the first person to yell at me for a bad pass, and I'm an 18-year-old, just wide-eyed kid, like, oh, why is this grown man yelling at me? Simon Elliott scarred me for life.
He was keeping standards, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Elliott Horde on that right side. A little step over, back post, chance. Sacramento, Panagos. Couldn't get in front of it. Quick touch, good opportunity here. Garcia. South America's had limited opportunities. Brings it up now. Lopez on that right side, finding Garcia. Now it's to Palma. Seems a bit difficult in these type of matches to maintain your shape and the things that you've done, because this is a much different look than any team in the USL or even preseason that you've seen. And do you like these kind of tests for your guys? Almost kind of maybe mentally keeping them sharp in a different way?
Yeah, it is. I mean, and obviously the result isn't really the important thing tonight. You always want to win no matter what, anytime you go out to a competitive game. But at the end of the day, this is about a showcase and giving our team a test, not just our young players, but obviously.
Here's a look for Club America. And sent high over the bar, but a pretty decent build-up for Club America that time. And now we've got quite a few of substitutions coming for Sacramento. As well, Kevin will take you through that last opportunity.
Good little run here. Unlucky for Elliott Horde. Ball, a little bit of pinball action between him and then outside, on the outside, and then Santiago Nevada comes in and just absolutely hits the ball over the top of the crossbar. Bailout for Sacramento, but unlucky for Elliott Horde on that side. He worked his feet nicely. Just a bit of a power dribble going through there.
So Mason Pahuli, another academy project, comes in for Drew Skundrich. And Dekel Kanan out as Hansopoulos in. And Emmanuel Johnson comes in for Elliott Horde. Another academy player. So on the pitch for Sacramento, as there is no limit on substitutions. Mario Panagos, Rafael Yurgi, Daniel Centeno, Mason Maholi, Oscar Cardenas, Kevin Aliman, back heel, coming for Club America. We'll finish the 11 when we get a moment. And good defending from the backside. Emmanuel Johnson, Harris Hansopoulos, of course. Hayden Sargis still in there, Juan Barona. And Rafa Diaz rounds out your Sacramento 11 here in the 74th minute. Todd Donovan, general manager for the Republic. joining us here in the booth tonight alongside Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you, of course, in this international friendly between Club America, Sac Republic FC. Ray Sari with a goal in the 6th minute, followed up by Stefano Bonoma from assist from Cameron Owasa in the 15th. And that has been it here tonight between these two sides. A couple of chances for Club America here in the next 45. So now a different look. You had a couple of academy players mixed in with some of your first teamers. Now just 3 first team players on the pitch here. These academy players have enough time together? I mean, is this a test for themselves, or how do you rate these players now that they're not playing with quote unquote the money of the first team?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, on some level it might be easier, right? Because they're used to playing with each other, and they go out and do this every week. And again, these are some players that have been on our U15 academy team, U17, and U19. So it's a mix of players throughout our academy, and you know, again, this is kind of our elite guys. There's certainly others that are knocking on the door, and I think more than anything, I think what everyone should take away from tonight is we've got a very deep academy, a very bright future, and it's going to be a big part of our strategy as we continue to move forward in MLS with homegrown players and utilizing our local talent.
What's the team talk like, Todd, with these guys? You know, halftime or before the game that Simon is giving them? Is it just, you know, go out and have fun? Or is it, you know, more of a direct, like, here's what I want you to do, here's what I want you to do?
Yeah, Simon pulled everyone aside and kind of gave them individual instructions, and here's the expectations, here's, you know, the subs were sort of pre-planned, and, you know, just making sure that everything kind of went according to, you know, to plan. There's still some more to come even. But I think really the message was go express yourself, go enjoy the game. Don't feel, you know, like you have to play perfectly, because we know that's not what anyone's expecting. That's never how the game goes. Just go enjoy it. Don't overthink it. You're getting this opportunity because we think very highly of you. You're one of our elite players, and just go enjoy it.
Go out there, enjoy it. Go get stuck in, enjoy the competition, and go compete. Good message to give these young guys.
America gaining comments. Navida, Nevada, left side working. And Centeno has been solid since coming into the half for his substitution.
Let's see, Rob, this is what's gonna, you know, we got about 15 minutes to go here. Love to see these academy players, these young guys, try to get a hold of the ball, move it, work it 1 and 2 touch, try to retain possession. Really try your best to keep possession and just move the ball. Test yourselves.
Mahuli getting stuck in. Barona helping out, so skillful.
Lots of tackles flying around right now, Rob.
That's the way that Club America has played out of the gate. Not afraid, and there's a hard challenge along that right side. That's Emmanuel Johnson, North Bay Elite Club. And you talked a lot about the skillful academy players. Now, of course, the academy's only been around for about 5 years. I guess a lot of credit has to go to clubs like San Juan, North Bay Elite, Sac United, a lot of these different clubs that have helped, I guess, build this kind of talent pool in Sacramento.
No question about it. I mean, everything starts with the local clubs here. We have a great relationship with those clubs, and ultimately without them, you know, our academy doesn't exist. So it's an important, you know, Kevin, to your point earlier about the funnel for U.S. Soccer and the national team, it starts at the local clubs and understanding those elite players. You know, there's a time where, you know, coming to the academy and sort of testing themselves at the highest level, that's ultimately what we want.
Barona wants to whip it in. Nice ball from Kevin Aliamon, lays it forward. And Arigi not able to turn it there, but he's gotten to the attack a little bit. Another San Juan player, even called up to the youth team. And a hard challenge, Hatsapolo saying, who, me? And now we have more substitution coming from the other side. And it'll be Eduardo Mena in for Club America U20s. USL Championship season can be quite long. Obviously, you've seen the runs that can happen where teams get hot early, they start to fade out. We're seeing New Mexico United not able to sustain their real hot start. Here's a ball sent in. Sarge is able to get to it. And then you've seen teams like Phoenix trying to figure it out, and now they're catapulted to the top. It's really hard to try to time when you're peaking, but it seems like this team is really starting to put together, maybe poised for really peaking at the right time, which may be toward the end of the season here for Sacramento.
Yeah, ultimately that's what you want, right? You'd love to win every game. It's not going to happen, so it's about having progress and figuring out who you are along the way, and I think we've done that to a large extent. It's not a finished product by any means, but we've gotten better and better, and I think even now with these recent 2 losses, Fresno and Reno, it's you know, it's something where we feel like we still played well, we're still creating chances, you know, and that's positive. It's always about progress for us, and we feel like this team has made a lot of progress in a short amount of time.
And we have more substitutions coming. Nate Jimenez into the match, Esteban Garcia. And I think wrapping it up, who else we got out here? Maybe Diego Ramos. Again, we'll try to get him situated. So Diego Ramos into this, but Mario Panagos' night is over. Hayden Sarge's evening is over as well. And a great solid performance by both those 2 youngsters who have surely shown Simon Elliott that he's got some players just below the first team that can really put in some minutes. And Diego Ramos, just 16 years of age into the match for Rafa Diaz. So Rafa Diaz's night is over, a solid performance. And I guess a final question for you, Todd, before we let you go, is that some of these MLS 2 teams, you want to call them, even Reno has an affiliation with San Jose. How do you combat when those type of teams are able to bring down MLS guys seemingly at any time throughout the season? Kind of get an injection of life, kind of keeps guys on their toes. How do you sort of combat that in a sense, that they are able to match that in a way? Is that a positive, or can it be a negative sometimes?
It's a positive. I mean, we look at it as a positive. It's a great challenge for our players. It's where our players want to be, so to be able to compete against those guys is what we want. And you know, if you watched the Tacoma match earlier in the year, that was a Seattle Sounders first team that ran out there, and quite honestly, if you watch the game, we had the better of the play. It doesn't matter when you don't win the game and you don't make the big plays in the big moments, but it's a great experience for our guys, and ultimately that's going to make us a better team down the stretch. Come playoff time, when it matters most, those kind of matches, those kind of experiences is what we want, and we want to test ourselves against those players and those teams. So we look at it as an absolute positive.
Well, we thank you for taking time with us here this evening and during this friendly between Club America. And here's a chance for Sacramento. Can they get something going? Johnson was making a nice run, but there they go. But thanks, Todd Dunovich, for joining us. 13 years in MLS. Obviously, MLS Best 11 2011. 5 MLS Cups, not World Cups. We said that earlier, but
same thing. It's the same thing.
Championship with the SF Delta as a GM, and now we just got to get a championship here with Sacramento.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Thanks,
Todd.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Todd.
That's Todd Dunovich, and of course the general manager for you, Sacramento Republic, and piecing this team together one by one, and inherited a little bit of a team last year, Kevin, and now this year really able to put his stamp on this club, and these are his players, and now it's really I don't say make or break, but it's on him. If they win, there's no more excuses, right?
Yeah, I mean, now it's Todd's team, so every game that they lose, I'll text Todd from here on out. No, there's a lot more to it, but I mean, he's putting a stamp on it. He's the right guy to do it here in Sacramento. And frankly, I think Sacramento's pretty lucky to have him. So see how the next couple months go, and like you said, hopefully add another championship to that closet for Sacramento.
And we've talked about this before, but the talent-wise on this team, and nearly a big mistake, and Ramos watches it sail past that near post to him. fairly deep here. And you see what we've been able to showcase tonight, a couple of these academy players. This is quite a roster for this team. Now you can start putting together on the field and really getting those goals. And we've seen much better play since the calendar struck June 1st. US Open Cup play really changed a lot of things. A little bit of setback, but even then the 2 games where they didn't win.
Still good performances.
Still good performances.
And that's, you know, Todd brought it up. It's still good performance. You're still creating chances. You're not going to score every single chance. And sometimes games, the way they shape out, you know, the ball just isn't bouncing your way, so to speak.
Here's Club America threatening, still a chance. That's it, cleared away, and Republic do.
And that was probably the case in those few games. But still, you got to be able to, you know, stay consistent, stay level-headed. Chance here. You know, stay consistent, stay level-headed, and really don't panic. It's a long season. You're not going to win every single game. You're not going to be perfect. But how can you try to get slightly better, you know, every week, every training session, you know, whatever it is, whatever you're doing as a team activity.
Well, I think last year the big Achilles heel, which, you know, even working their way into the playoff picture and having a really good season at the end of the day. And, you know, you still looked at the team. They were in 2nd place to end the year and very thin. You had a lot of injuries and really no room for error. And they were to get through that. This year, you had some injuries early on, getting guys trying to fit the right pieces together. And it seems they've got this depth now to really make a strong run to the playoffs. And that's what it takes. You see the teams that make the run. They've had depth at those positions, especially in the midfield and along the wings. And this team seems to have it this year. And more substitutions coming for Club America. So we're about halfway through. What's your overall synopsis and your outlook, maybe going forward, but review of the first half and where Sacramento has been, and from that, where they're going?
I think first half they looked actually really sharp. The guys that, you know, you kind of look at when you're looking at the team sheet initially, the guys like Ray Sari, Stefano Bonomo, Cam Mwasa, Kevin Aliman. I think those guys came out and performed pretty well. Had a good shift, got a good run. And now second half being kind of the game being flipped on its head with all these substitutions and academy players coming out here. You know, nothing really to anticipate or expect from the second half, the last couple minutes here, but you know, really exciting to see some of these individual players coming out here and getting stuck in, taking guys 1v1. Centeno doing step overs, trying to beat players on that right flank. I mean, those are the type of things you want to see from these young guys. You know, who's going to be the one to step up? Look at the pace for some of these guys.
And Johnson and now Yorigi looking to make a move as well. So
I see the pace. I mean, that's just like, you know, gazelle strides right there. Just, you know, the arsenal of players and talent you have down below you. And it should be really fun and exciting for Republic fans to potentially see the future of who's going to be on this club. You know, if and when MLS happens, this is a huge, poor giveaway. It's a huge investment.
Ball struck, looking for the back corner, and Diego Ramos with an athletic move and just sailed away. And so Club America not able to take it home. But you're right. I mean, you're looking at a snapshot here, and there's not a lot of clubs that are able to do that. You've had clubs move to MLS with really not academy program at all. And Sacramento should be set up a little bit better than some of the other teams. And while
I think it's a good opportunity to kind of springboard or catapult yourself, the Republic. You know, if MLS happens, announcement happens this year, team happens in the next 2 to 3 years, you've got a bit of a runway to really kind of stack your academy. And you're starting to see it now where, you know, most of the players that MLS teams are grabbing are coming from their academy.
Or they're buying them from somewhere else, but it's been
right,
a blend,
right.
though,
So you know, organically coming through your academy, or you're going overseas and buying foreign players. You can only buy so many players. You can only bring so many foreign players in just because foreign roster
money and
foreign roster spots. But really, I mean, you're starting to see that the draft, the college draft, starting to go away a little bit. The rounds, you know, not being as long as many picks as there are, because there's homegrown, you know, opportunities for players. So, you know, I think it's an absolute massive thing for Sacramento, you know, financially and, you know, performance on the pitch, is getting players into the academy that can perform. And I tell you what, I mean, the Central Valley is just littered with talent. It's just absolutely astounding to me every time you see, you know, a younger player, you see some sort of tournament or the academy here that we have with the Republic, seeing the players, and well, it's just that the talent here is second to none, and there's so many opportunities for players.
One, you've seen a couple of those guys come through. We've seen them here at the Republic uniforms with San Jose with Tommy Thompson and Granite Bay. You've seen Adam John here locally as well. And there's been a couple of players that have been able to take advantage of those opportunities, and you got to feel that Republic probably have a little bit of a leg up in that department. And you look at clubs like FC Dallas, who have relied heavily on some of those youth players. Now Houston is starting to do that a little bit more and really using Rio Grande Valley as a place to get some of these guys some key minutes. And so you're right, the landscape is starting to change a little bit. Sacramento, a little bit of trouble here.
Great tackle.
And getting back and with a nice move is Jonathan Dadzi.
Wonderful tackle, bit of a unlucky clearance right there, but great recovery. See the athleticism right there, get in, not being afraid to get stuck in. Dadzi is.
And that is the final whistle, so no stoppage time here tonight at Papa Murphy's Park. The Republic will take the victory here in an international friendly where they saw 13 Academy players get action here in this contest. They win 2-0 over Club America U20. And we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with your final highlights and stats, and then we'll send you off home on this Tuesday evening.
Thanks for coming.
No problem.
You're welcome.
This is the Durabit of the all-new Chevy Silverado.
Looks real sturdy.
That is huge.
It has available LED cargo area lighting.
Lights up the entire bed.
It even offers a built-in 120-volt outlet.
Wow.
Plug that in for me.
Oh, holy smokes.
And the all-new Silverado has more trim levels than any other pickup.
Very cool.
There's something for all of us.
Absolutely.
It's time to upgrade.
Wow, it's so great you can order Papa Murphy's online.
Yeah, we walked in and walked right out with our pizza in record time.
You really can get anything online these days.
Totally.
I like your mask.
You know, that mustache surprisingly looks really good on you.
Thanks. I've been growing it for years.
Now get 25% off when you order at papamurphys.com using code 25OFF. Papa Murphy's. We make it, you bake it.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
Only a new car dealer can sell you a factory-certified vehicle. At the Roseville Auto Mall, there's 20 brands of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Factory-certified pre-owned vehicles are backed by manufacturer warranties and include at least a 160-point inspection. Get the peace of mind of an uncompromising pre-delivery vehicle inspection. Plus, choose from the largest selection of factory-certified pre-owned vehicles in Northern California. With 17 dealers, 20 new car brands. The Roseville Auto Mall is driven to be the best.
At UC Davis Health, we know there's a lot more to you than meets the eye. During your open enrollment, make sure you can choose a personal UC Davis Health doctor. Learn more at choosehealth.ucdavis.edu.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park and cheering on the home side here, Sac Republic FC with the 2-0 victory. Let's take a look how it all went down, brought to you by NorCal Honda early on. A lot of the first teamers in there, just 2 academy players. I'll tell you what, Sargis and Panagos already looking good. Here was the first goal, bouncing around chance. Cameron Awasa was there, and then Ray Sari cleaning it up. 6-minute first goal. Republic up 1-0.
Yeah, not going to score many goals easier than that. Ray Sari is right place at the right time, does a good job.
And the expression
yeah,
said it all. Yeah, I'll do that.
And great little build-up. Good ball on Ray Sari. Great fake by Panagos. Wonderful first touch from Bonoma. Bonoma still getting on his horse, getting involved, getting that 6-yard box, and a wonderful way to pass across the face of the goal from Cam Awasa. Great little piece of play. Should be on the highlight reel at the end of the year for Sacramento. It was one of the better goals.
I agree. It made it look easy, but I'll tell you what, the combination was perfect. Panago started it, Awas kept it going, and then Bonomo
Probably
finished
6
it.
seconds from the time, less than that, from the time it leaves Sari's foot in their own defensive third into the back of the net. And here, keeping that clean sheet alive, world-class save. Mr. Diaz, great save, love it.
Let's take a look at our man of the match, and I can tell you what, you can make a case for Mario Panagos. He played an outstanding game, but I guess we're going to give it to Stefano Bonomo.
Yeah, great little finish. I love this. Playing the ball out wide and then getting it, just humping it to get in the box and connect and link back up again with your partner, striker.
I'll tell you why he's the chance, because of that second goal, and now fans getting a free pizza, I think, from Papa Murphy's. So that makes sense.
Ding, ding, ding.
Makes a lot of sense. Well, Cameron Wassa, Stefano Bonomo, walking off this one to be smiling, got a feeling pretty good as they head into Saturday, as where they are to be taking on Rio Grande Valley. Should be a good one. We'll have it on the air for you on My 58. I want to thank our entire crew from behind the scenes. For those of you heading to the fair, it's going to be around for a couple weeks, so enjoy that as well. Good night, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday.